Hear a lot about me tonight. And yeah. Congratulations, warriors. You've made it. We have had so many things happening, and I just want you to imagine with me, what if everything going on around us is designed for distraction? Hear me out. Hear me out, warriors. Think about all the things that we do during the day, and we may have a to-do list, we may have a plan, or maybe we're just those that wing it. Being a warrior mom, I don't have that luxury. But think about this. What about every single thing going on in the world? I mean, this has been a transformational week on a global scale. What if everything going on in the world, not to minimize those events, but to put it in perspective, what if those things are here to distract us? Hear my heart. I'm Bren Harris, the Warrior Mom, and I founded Warrior Mom, the Warrior Nation, when my son was medically injured at 22 months of age. He was just a baby. And yeah, I can get really angry, and I resist a lot of mom guilt because I'm the one that took him to the medical appointment. What I want you to know is I see you, I hear you, and you are not alone. You belong here. Yeah, we have an open door policy. Dogs have been at the groomers today, so they might be really loud tonight. And it has not been an easy season. I often joke my son is diagnosed on the autism spectrum, level 3, yet to be verbal. And we often joke that puberty and autism are a lot like rocket fuel and a blowtorch. And we're playing detective every single day to figure out how we can improve his quality of life. If you are joining us live, let us know in the chat where you're logging in from. If you threw a dart at the U.S., I'm right in the middle in Oklahoma. Yes, we got Georgia in the house, Harlem in the house, Seattle in the house. Great to see you guys. And Tulsa in the house. Well, I know you are here for such a time as this. Do I have all the answers? No. But let me tell you what, in the last 15 years, we have walked straight through hell and walked out of there like we own it. And now we take water back to those still in the fire. Guys, we have a tribe of over 20,000 people in these autism moms groups. Sometimes there's dads. That's why we went to Warrior Nation. People they're at the end of their rope. It is so draining. It can be so exhausting. And I know there's varying levels of disability. That's why they call it a spectrum. And we are a firm believer in our house. We do not have an ailment. We do not have a disease. We do not have a disorder. We have a diagnosis, which qualifies us for tons of therapies and opportunities to improve our social skills, our verbal skills, and our academic skills. Now, do I feel like the system fails us? Often, yes. What I'm here to do is talk a little bit about the issue, not about 10% about the issue, 90% about the solution, because we are successful when we choose to be successful. Now, again, I don't have all the, hey guys, great to see you of South Carolina and Florida. Great to see you. I don't have all the answers, but here's a little peek behind. This is behind the scenes with Bren. I will get to the talk about the book. I just want you to see where Warrior Mom started. This is probably 2008 or 9. And my son's a tiny baby. Now he's a 6'1" teen. And you can see we transferred. He was born in Japan, and the military calls it permanent change of station, PCS. And we came back to the States. And while we were house hunting, we stayed with an older relative. Yes, that kitchen has not been updated since 1978. And I was sitting at that table. I remember it like it was last week, drinking my hot tea, patting the baby, letting him sleep on my shoulder while I worked on the MacBook. And let me tell you what, I saw moms being disrespected online. And something rose up in me. Don't you have that defining moment where you go, this is not right? And I had no idea I had that fire in me. And we have since learned that my son is has a genetic marker where it's impossible to convert folic acid, which is in all of our vitamins and our fortified breads and all this stuff. It's man-made. It's synthetic. Sorry if that makes you sad. And he has this genetic marker where he is not able to convert folic acid to actual folate, which is what we need for development and health. Now, it's like 27 letters long. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but you can do a simple at-home test with the cheek swab and send that off. And within a week, you have all your data. The genetic report we received was around $100, was 5 pages long, and it helps us know the best supplements for his genetic makeup. And it also lets us know to spread the word to other parents to let them make informed consent decisions. Now, I have such a heart for this. And hear me, I see what's going on in our world right now. Just because we can agree to disagree doesn't mean we're practicing hate speech. I know what works for us, and I want to empower you to make informed decisions for your family. Now, I know that this can be a touchy subject. It's okay. We never shy away from this at the Warrior Nation. This week has been life-changing and painful and amazing, all in one breath. Now, we are a 9/11 family, 9/11 survivor. One of our family members was actually in the Pentagon when it was hit. And I will never forget that day. And if you check out my socials, not all about me, it's about how this transformed our country, because I saw such unity the day after. People who never had a flag outside their home were installing holders on we lived in DC, so on their townhouses to stick those flags in there. And I can remember being just a few miles from the Pentagon when this happened. And I tried to drive 1 mile, and there's people in military uniforms that are injured themselves from the explosion, and they're running down the beltway because traffic was at a standstill, trying to help others. And the smell was just acrid and horrible and ominous because, there were bodies in there. Now, I know if you have lost a loved one in these tragedies, please reach out. We will encourage you, and we can only speak from our own experience, strength, and hope. We spent hours not knowing if our family member was alive or not because all the cell cells were blocked. I mean, communication shut down. Pretty much the city went into lockdown, obviously because of the government and the White House and all that. And I will never forget that as long as I live. And it made me appreciate the people in my life. So please hug your family, tell your friends and family that you love them and that you believe in them. And think of that one thing that you might be putting off and saying, oh, I'll do that later. And I want you to do it in the next 24 to 48 hours. I have shared with you many times, I don't have all the answers. What I do know is that when we lock arms and crush a goal together, have some really intentional steps that we are willing to take to fulfill those goals and help the people we're called to help, that magic happens. Now, the other thing that happened this week, and just getting the elephant out of the room, was the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And I want to say that I am so proud of our nation and the world. There are no cities burning down. There are no riots. There's no revolt. We have seen worship. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm getting chills. We have seen worship and church attendance skyrocketed. We are not talking religion. We're talking relationship. I have seen worship break out. Today, I was actually across town. We probably have about 2 million people in the Metroplex here and across town. And there's this big banner, open worship Thursday night, 7 p.m. here at this empty lot. And they had all this signage. And I just love this because we are seeing people step into their calling and champion their purpose by honoring a higher power. For me, that's God. I want you to know that In the Warrior Nation, we are here to have honest conversations, and we don't have to agree to be friends. And I am so excited to see this revival movement sweep around the world, not just our nation, sweep around the world. I started compiling everything I was finding online. And I mean, from London, the largest gathering ever, from London to China to South Korea, all across from the West Coast to the East Coast, through Canada. I'm seeing all of this revival happen because we know that this world is not our home. And I believe that together we truly are stronger. Please reach out to your family and friends and let them know that you care about them and that you believe in them, because we are not guaranteed a tomorrow. I love you guys, and I would not be walking in my purpose if I did not address these two very important issues of the last few weeks. Now we're going to transition a little bit. Again, we've been doing this warrior thing for a while, and fast forward to about 6 or 8 months ago. This is a trip that my son and I took out of state, a medical trip. And you can see he has the big ear defenders on and his radiation blocking hat. And we had such a blast doing that trip because he had so much he wanted to accomplish. And he's starting to learn to be social. Just in the last 90 days, he's like, we looked at the sign, safe, friends. He's never been interested in any of that. And I think it's amazing to see him come out of his shell. Now, if you want to speak with your children about all the events going on, please hear my heart. Turn off the news. Please turn off the news. If you need to, you can go ahead and grab your smartphone, and you can put your AirPods in with radiation blockers, of course, and you can check out what's going on. Our children were never meant, we were never meant to process tragedies and extremism like we've seen and all of this stuff. It's on both sides. This is not Republican, Democrat, independent, libertarian. This is humankind. Humankind. And I know that our children seem to be very resilient. Turn off the news. They are not meant to have a 24-hour news cycle of everything that's going on. We as adults can use discernment and have really strong judgment and keep it private, because how do we explain something like this to our children? It's incomprehensible. I'm not sure I have all the answers, but what I did share was all the revival breaking out and all the positive vigils that have happened, specifically with children. I mean, young people, my son's age, showing him that, hey, they're stepping into leadership. Hey, they're leading by example. Nobody's burning down cities. Nobody's attacking others. We are focusing on our source. Now, if you're just joining us, please let us know in the chat where you're logging in from. Hey guys, we have Texas in the house, Washington D.C. in the house. Great to see you guys. And Morocco in the house. Great to see you. I am so glad you are here. And I'm making sure. Oh yeah, we got Oklahoma City in the house. Great to see you, Princess Miranda. We have been through this little bit lighter topic. I'm transitioning here. We have been through about a year ago. I decided to take the plunge, take that step of faith, and actually write a book. Now, I didn't just hire some, internet guru. I was investing in myself, habit stacking every day, practicing the win the day principles in the 888. And I talk about that in my masterclass that we'll talk about in a minute. And I was practicing all of this and met someone who coaches authors through that experience. And I said, I've told everyone since I was a little girl in my little white go-go boots that I'm going to write a book. Well, I hadn't even started school. So my, sassy little friends that were equally as sassy as me said, you can barely read. I go, I don't care. I'm writing a book. So here I am. And we have taken the last year, and that process probably could have happened quicker, but I think it's all about becoming. And one trick I want to pass on to you is Pick a day, a time in your day. And you could do this in 2 segments, 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening. Depends if you're a morning person or a night owl. Take 15, 15, or block the time for 30 minutes straight. That's been my biggest secret hack. I'm not kidding. 30 minutes a day. That's all I did. Sometimes, because I'm a warrior mom to a special needs child, it needed to be 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening, before everyone wakes up, after everyone goes to sleep. And let me tell you what, 30 minutes, I want you to get a pen or take out your smartphone and put this in your notes. 30 minutes a day for 365 days turns out to be 182 and a half hours that you add to your goal. 182 and a half hours. Now, I don't know about you, but I can waste way more than that. Doom scrolling and Amazon Prime, Paramount, Netflix, whatever your weakness is, because the cliffhanger episodes, oh, it was only 25 minutes. Let me click the next episode. Oh, that was only 30 minutes. Let me click the next episode, because you want to know what happens in the next series, because we're binge watching. And that instant gratification and that false dopamine rush. What if we took 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening, and we were able to write that book? Now, just so you know, I know I'm pretty intense sometimes, and that's okay, because I have a passion to help other people. I chose to write a mystery and a journal. So here's the mystery. We took you guys' suggestions, The Major and the Musician, a Warrior Mom Mystery. And oh, that makes my heart race. And then you guys chose the best-selling author picture on the back, and it has my bio and then a blurb about the book and how you can connect with us at the Warrior Nation. Now, this is an author copy. It's a proof copy. So that's why that gray line is there. And I read from this last week. Please check out the other episode. It's all listed on my socials. And you can read that cliffhanger mystery segment. Now, I call this the Warrior Mom Way. And that I did not come up with this on my own. Shout out to the team. And we have a mystery chapter. And at the end of every mystery chapter, we have a lesson. And we have it in Japanese too. So I'm reading lesson 1 tonight. And we also pulled those out. And this is the journal, the Warrior Mom journal right here that goes with it. Now, this is not your diary. This is not your mom's little, oh, he's so cute, I have a crush. No, this is real work and your safe place to process everything going on. And we learn a lesson from the chapter, and then we learn to I'm all about the quick wins. 3 quick wins a day. 3 quick wins a day. And I want you to write those 3 quick wins in here. What I'm finding is that the days are long and the years are short. We don't realize we're making progress unless we write it down. I don't know about you, but I spent 5 years in corporate America. It felt like 15. It was not my calling. And I still hear HR, if it's not in writing, it didn't happen. We can't track our progress if we don't keep track of it. Hear me, warriors. That's worth repeating. We cannot track our progress if we don't write it down. All right. So tonight I'm reading from lesson 1 and just a little bit of Japanese here. Lesson 1 is kuji ichi. And then our word for the week or for this lesson is moe. M-O-A-I. I see you. You are safe here. How many times have we shared, especially if you're a special needs parent and you try to share with a neurotypical parent the challenges you're facing? It's like they have no frame of reference. And that's okay, because we're all a little different. So if you want to sound really cool to your friends this week, kuji ichi, Kugiichi, kuji ichi, that means lesson 1. And then moe, I see you, you're safe here. Okay, so this is the lesson that's from the journal. It's also at the end of every chapter. I see you, warrior. Life might feel like a freight train barreling down the Autobahn right now. One day you're sipping wine on the beach, honeymooning in bliss. Today you find yourself juggling 97 different responsibilities at once. Add a special needs child to the mix. Well, much like a rock through a window, life shatters in an instant. Crash. Initially, shock sets in, leaving us numb. Then the anger at such an injustice begins to consume us. We might try to numb this overwhelming pain by any means necessary, just begging it to stop. But I see you. I'm here for you. I'm holding space for you. Just observe. When you encounter something you wish to change to make us feel more comfortable, resist that initial impulse. I know, reads easy, lives hard. Just pause and ask yourself, what is this experience trying to teach me right now? No need to respond, just sit with it for a moment. Remember, feelings aren't facts, they are just feelings. Please allow yourself to truly feel them again, but with intention this time around. Awareness is our practice for the next 24 hours. Document each incident in the Warrior Mom Journal. You are capable of handling this, warrior. And always remember, I see you. Your story matters. I am with you, Bren. And I want this to be something, hey, let's come on for the journey. Come along for the journey. Now, if you're on the live, put an L. If you're on the replay, put an R. And if you're getting value, please let us know in the comments so that we can reach out to you and share our vision for this project. Now, if you're just joining us, this is the book, The Major and the Musician. It is a mystery. I've often heard people say, we had some advanced copy readers. It's like Indiana Jones and Lara Croft Tomb Raider had a baby and a son and daughter. So this is just really, really intense. And if you're not into mystery, intrigue, and suspense, this probably is not the book for you. And at the end of every chapter, we call this the Warrior Mom Way. We have a lesson, and it's quick because we know your time is valuable. 3 quick wins every single day. For the next 24 hours, I want you to simply observe, especially those things. I haven't felt great. We've had some allergy stuff going on, and I noticed that everything bothers me. And my son wasn't feeling great, so we stayed home from school. And it's like he's going too loud, even though he has these big ear defender, noise blockers on. And things tend to wear on us. Well, when we're not getting all those thoughts out of here and all that confusion, confused mind is a paralyzed mind, we don't make accurate decisions. And I want you to get it out of your head and onto the page. This is your safe space. No one needs to see this. This is between you and your higher power. And I want you to say 3 quick wins and then observe for 24 hours everything you want to change. And ask, what is this trying to teach me? When my son wasn't feeling well, it taught me that I need to appreciate the days that he is feeling well because aggression is his number one sign. He doesn't come to us and say, I think I might have a fever and a headache. Please give me medicine. No, he just, throat punches you. So you have to go, oh, you're not feeling well. Here's some medication that's dye-free. And we try to do natural. We know that sometimes over-the-counter stuff or prescription is necessary. And we're here to say, hey, we don't have all the answers. But what we do know is together we truly are stronger. Now, I know that we have covered a lot tonight. Hey, guys, great to see you. Yes, great hack to get it done. And I want you to know, our mind is not meant for the 24/7 news cycle. Turn off the news, take that time, and I want you to write down your 3 quick wins for today. And I also want you to observe the next 24 hours, everything that you want to change to make your life feel more comfortable. And there's no right or wrong answer because I am so excited. This book and this book, both of these, they release next month. And we finally have a physical launch, and we'll be promoting that closer to the date. And I want you to pencil in your calendar. In a couple of weeks, we're going to talk about pre-orders so that you can be part of the Warrior Nation and make every moment count. I'm Bren Harris, the Warrior Mom with the Warrior Nation, your source for truth, transparency, and trust. Warriors, unite.